Hello, Cam here. Welcome to my booktube channel. Oh, okay. I keep getting distracted by the lights, the ring light thing showing on my glasses. It's really, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do to get rid of it. Do I just have to move backwards or... Yeah, anyways. Oh, it's good to be back. It has been so long since I've been on, since I've recorded a video. A lot of it had to do with me just feeling insecure and being like, I don't want to put on makeup to film. I don't want to look nice. I don't want to wear a cute top. So a lot of those thoughts just kind of built up in my head. And every time I would be like, all right, time to film a YouTube video, I would just be like, nah. I would get so anxious because I know that there is an expectation on booktube for you to look a certain way, to present yourself with certain aesthetics, and I can't be bothered. That's the truth. Like, I just cannot be bothered to put on makeup. All I want to do is sit in front of the camera and talk about books and be a weirdo and just not care about presentation. Like, yeah. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna challenge myself to be not bothered thinking about looking a certain way. Like, sure, maybe if I want to do makeup tomorrow I might, but not feel obligated to do so, and that's a really freeing feeling to have, just not bothering about the way you look and just enjoying what you're doing. So today's video is about some of the wonderful books that I've found at secondhand bookstores. I love shopping at secondhand bookstores. They are just what's affordable to me, and I always find something a book I've never heard of before. And it's always great to talk to booksellers at secondhand stores and, just tell them, like, recommend me a book that's like this or like that, and they're always like, oh yeah, I have this book for you, and it's just some book never heard of, never seen before, and somehow I am there with my tiny bookworm heart accepting their recommendation and just going off by it. Yeah. So anyways, rambling aside, that was so awkward, but I'm gonna show you not all, just some of my favorite finds from secondhand bookstores. So it's gonna be a mix of fantasy, some crime, and some contemporary, but we'll start with the first one. That's a non-fiction. So this book has been recommended to me by my sister. She absolutely loves this book, and when I saw it at the store, I knew I had to get it. And it's A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson. So it looks like a small little book, but it's actually really chunky. And so according to the blurb, it says, Bill Bryson describes himself as a reluctant traveler, but even when he stays safely at home, he can't contain his curiosity about the world around him. A Short History of Nearly Everything is his quest to understand everything that has happened from the Big Bang to the rise of civilization. How we got from there being nothing at all to here being us. The ultimate eye-opening journey through time and space, revealing the world in a way most of us have never seen it before. So I'm really excited to try this. I don't really read as much nonfiction as I would want to. So having a recommendation from someone that I really trust is really good. This book I have is part of a series. It's not the first. It's Ash and Quill by Rachel Kane. I think it's book 3 in the Great Library series. The first book is Ink and Bone, and the second is Paper and Fire. It is one of my favorite series ever, and I've been wanting to collect the entire series. I'm not sure. I think it's finished, and there are 5 books, I believe, and I have only 1 so far. So I'm hoping to find the rest of it and just have the whole collection. The next book is a recommendation from the bookseller, and basically I told him that I wanted a book that was haunting, that would stay with me and sort of, something that would make me think of it a lot. And they recommended The Butcher's Hook by Janet Ellis. And I just love the cover of this book, this beautiful teal cover. I think it's teal. And if you take a closer look, it has like little scenes of provincial life that's really, really pretty. And so from the blurb, it's set in Georgian London in the summer of 1763. I do love historical fiction. At 19, Anne Jacob, the elder daughter of well-to-do parents, meets Fub, the butcher's apprentice, and is awakened to the possibilities of joy and passion. Anne lives a sheltered life. Her home is a miserable place, and her parents have already chosen a more suitable husband for her than Fub. But Anne is an unusual young woman and is determined to pursue her own happiness in her own way, even if that means getting a little blood on her hands. So see, I told you it was something like crime, and the person who recommended it to me said that I would enjoy this if I am not afraid of a little blood or have a strong stomach. Basically, she just said it's a disturbing book, that it's very, very disturbing, and it was something that she couldn't stop thinking about. So I was like, yeah, sure, give it to me. I'm gonna love this book. I do believe I'm gonna love this book. And that is The Butcher's Hook by Janet Ellis. My next two hauls, finds, are books that I have read before and love, love, love. And that is, I got these books because of the covers, okay? So they are such beautiful covers. And the first one is Tess of the Ubervilles by Thomas Hardy. Look at that, that's so pretty. And that one, so it's like a little painting. And the second one is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. So if I'm correct, that's James Dean, I hope. And so I love East of Eden. John Steinbeck's East of Eden is just, it wowed me. Like, I read it and I just could not. It's like those books that when you finish it, you want to reread it again. And the atmosphere, the writing was so beautiful. It's like, I want to get back into that and I want to read it again. And East of Eden is sort of like a retelling, let's say, of the story of creation, Adam and Eve and their son Cain and Abel. However, I think this is set in between the beginning of the 20th century and the end of the First World War. So this is more like a family saga kind of book, and if you enjoy those kinds of books, highly recommend East of Eden. It is just gorgeous. And other book that I love was Tess the Ubervilles by Thomas Hardy. I love Thomas Hardy's writing. He's one of my favorite classic writers. I read Far From the Madding Crowd a long time ago, and I just could not get over the main character, but Sheba, but I think her name was, and the romance just, oh, my heart. I just want to read that book again. I don't think I have a copy of that book. I would need to check. But yeah, I love that book. And so I picked up Tess the Ubervilles after reading that book, and this one was more on the sad side. It's about a woman who is trying to find her way in life, and she just keeps meeting hardship after hardship. And honestly, it's been a while, so I'm not explaining this as properly as I should, but definitely worth reading. And I just get on it. Like, if you want sad, Tess the Ubervilles. If you want kind of happy, strong female character, go for Far From the Madding Crowd. So the next few books is a series. I have been searching for these books for so long, and I know they're very popular, but I was reluctant to get a new copy. I just wanted, because I was not sure whether I would like it, even though I was like, I am gonna love this. You know, those kind of books that you are so hyped up for, but you're also scared that you're gonna be let down by those books. So this series is that, and it is Book of the Ancestors by Mark Lawrence. I got book 1. I think I got it at the same place. Actually, I'm not sure if I got them together, if I got book one separately and the rest together. So book one is Red Sister. And book two is, I think book two is Gray Sister. And book three is Holy Sister. So it does bother me that the covers are kind of very different and then the sizes are different. But I'm not gonna complain because I have physical copies of all three books. Book of the Ancestors. I wanted to read this book because it was marketed as assassin nuns. And I was just like, ooh, anything to do with religion and assassins? I am so here for it. I don't know. I just want to read this. Like, I don't know why, but I just love religion in books and how it's interpreted, especially in fantasy. There's just something so enticing about it, especially if it's one of those like deadly religions or religions that have assassins in them. It just scratches an itch. So I'll just read you the blurb of book one. At the convent of Sweet Mercy, young girls are being raised to be killers. Some have inherited old bloods which bestow upon them special talents. Sweet Mercy hones its novices' skills with great care. It takes 10 years to educate a Red Sister in the deadly arts of blade and fist. But even the mistresses of sword and shadow don't fully understand what they have purchased when Nonna Grey is brought to their halls as a child of 8, falsely accused of murder but guilty of worse. In her short life, Nonna has made many powerful enemies, and despite the security and isolation of the convent, her secret violent past will one day find her out. Nonna must come to terms with her demons and learn to become a deadly assassin if she is to survive. So yeah, I'm super duper excited for these ones. So yeah, and my final book, it is, like when I saw it at the bookshop, I was like, this is mine. You are coming home with me. I don't care. You're coming home with me. I don't care the price. Okay, I probably cared about the price, but still, I was like, you're coming home with me. And it is You Spring by Robert Jordan. Now, I am super duper excited about this copy. Firstly, because I have been reading The Wheel of Time for so long now. I think it's almost been a year and I'm on like book 8. And the books I have been reading are my husband's. So even though I annotate them, even though I read them, I'm just like, this really isn't feel like mine. Like I want my own books. And so when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is mine. This is mine. This is mine. I'm going to annotate the shit out of this, even though I've done it with all the other books. But yeah, it's good to actually be like, this is for me. And look at that. Like it has the map. Okay, fine. It does have the map in the other books as well, but I think it's more the feeling of having my own book in the Wheel of Time series that is exciting. And this is my husband's copy, You Spring. So you can tell I'm like the flamboyant one. So yeah, I'm super excited. I know I should have already read this like after book 5, I think was recommended, but I'm kind of worried that if I stop one of the books and pick up New Spring, I'm probably gonna forget what's happening. That's why I'm so reluctant to just put down Wheel of Time. Then again, I mean, if I read it together, that might actually work. Yeah. Oh, that's a good thought. Thank you. So if you are interested in seeing more videos like this where I show you books that I find at secondhand bookstores or any thrift stalls, I would be more than happy to oblige, because this was actually so much fun and I love just sharing the books with you, even though some of them are like, oh, I don't know what this is about, but I think it's about this. It's such a fun feeling and I just want to do more like this. Also, thrift store hauls are just the cutest and they make me so happy because it's like, oh, I got this many books for like $10. and it makes me happy. So thank you for joining my video today, and I hope you have a good day. Bye!